could be the hardest thing to film ever.
So are we talking like we're driving home?
Yeah. Let's do it just like in classic style. You know, I think that went really well. I think she understands that there's no problem there. That, you know, there is activity, but it's nothing to be threatened by, and hopefully we brought some comfort. Alright, so now we're going to talk about October 2nd, which was a night that Michelle and I were leading the ghost hunt. Karl was off being Mr. Photographer over at a wedding, so Karl wasn't there with us. But Michelle, first I want to say you did a fantastic job on your own. The group really enjoyed having you.
Thank you,
A lot of positive response.
Cool. I'm glad.
So what we're talking about is last week, October 2nd. And it wasn't a crazy night, but we had a good group, and there was a lot of little things that happened. And you had an interaction with Eddie.
Yeah, it was really strange because we were running a shack hack shack.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with
It's like
it,
a
honestly.
PSP something something.
Yeah.
It's the radio device that scans through. The idea being that spirit voices might exist just beyond the realm of our perception in the radio waves. So we're listening for multiple syllables across multiple frequencies, and I think that's how Eddie likes to talk most frequently through to us is through the shack hack. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not really familiar with the device, but someone in the group actually brought one. And you know, she actually came and got me and said, hey, I'm getting really crazy Eddie responses. And it was funny because we heard, first Eddie called me a weirdo, and I'm like, hey, that's Karl and Connor's name, that's not my name. But also, we heard like an achoo, and so we were kind of joking, and we're like, oh, maybe it's, you know, Ghost Kitty.
Yeah, there's a ghost cat that hangs out up at the hotel.
Yeah.
He was seen so frequently when I was a tour guide there, which would have been like 4 summers ago, that we had a little theme song for him. It was the Ghost Kitty song. Maybe that'll be in extra bonus features one day, but not yet. You're not gonna get me singing yet.
So we had the spirit box going, and we heard an achoo, and so we made a joke that maybe it was the Ghost Kitty that, you know, has been seen around the Stanley. And so we're like, maybe he's allergic to cats. And I said, Eddie, are you a cat person or a dog person? And it very distinctly said woof. And we all started laughing, and we said, hey, do you think you could bark again? And it said ruff. And so
It's got a sense of humor.
I know, yeah, but I couldn't believe that he called me a weirdo because, you know, Eddie's our spirit. He's kind of the newest resident spirit we have.
Right.
And he's kind of known to, you know, pick on you and Karl.
Yeah, he calls me a nerd, and he calls me annoying. He calls Karl a jerk.
But I'm a
Apparently
weirdo.
you're the weirdo. Well, maybe he's not too far off.
Yeah, you
I
know.
didn't say anything too much about that. Driving your car right now.
I know.
I remember you came up to me after one of the groups, and you were like, Connor, the craziest thing just happened. Somebody touched my leg.
That was a really strange experience for me. What happened was I was in Lucy's room with the group, and you know, not a lot was happening, but they were really fun. But I just felt the sensation of someone just touching my thigh, and it's really like, that's never happened to me. I've never been touched like that before, and it was just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's almost like slimy, tingly, crawly. It's hard to explain, but it's just a really uncomfortable feeling.
Was it like a grab or a tap? Or?
It was more of a grab. It was like a full hand. Like I felt the palm and the fingers, and it was like a movement that just felt slimy. Like that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, that's a little unsettling.
Yeah, it was just uncomfortable, and I don't necessarily know who that was, but someone got my attention. And I mean, it wasn't like, you know, sometimes I thought, did I just get touched or whatever, because I've never been touched.
Yeah.
During an investigation, but that was just 100%, and it was creepy.
So what is that, 4 weekends in a row that somebody has been touched? Usually on their leg?
Yeah, I was gonna say on the leg,
and like
specifically.
every single time in Lucy's room too.
Yeah.
Just Lucy, I'm talking like 2 years ago, Lucy used to tap somebody on the shoulder or twirl their hair or tap them on the knee, and that would be sort of her entrance into the room. And so we always tell the groups, we're like, guys, if you feel like somebody is touching you, it sounds bizarre, like you're not gonna seem like the crazy person, like please say it out loud. be like, hey, you know, I feel like somebody just touched my leg. Like, say that, because that's how Lucy likes to introduce herself. But in my experience, and I don't know about you, Carl, but in my experience, she only ever did that once. She never like went around the room and like played duck, duck, goose, like whoever this spirit has been doing these last few weeks. That's out of the norm, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And then I wanted to mention something. I got a potential EVP during a burst session up in the balcony of a spirit saying, "I'm here." Really pretty clear, low male voice. Could not figure out who that was, and I was pretty good about tagging whenever one of the group members mumbled while we were recording. It was pretty clear, so we'll see what you guys think of that. I should have that audio clip.
Do you want us here? It's a whisper for audio.
So I had my group in Lucy's room, and at the same time, like 3 or 4 people said that they saw a 3 or 4 foot tall shadow figure toward Lucy's bathroom. And it's funny because I thought I had seen something, but I'd already been touched, and I didn't want to see something then everyone would be like, oh, why is everything only happening to her?
Right, yeah.
So I was glad that like those 3 or 4 people said something.
Right. No, definitely a good weekend. We'll see what's going to happen this week. We are in October now.
Halloween month, hey. It's like our Christmas, only Halloween.
It's like ghost hunting season. It's great.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped. We'll be in touch. That was what happened on last Friday, October 2nd. On October 2nd. And so we'll see what happens tonight and make sure you guys stay tuned.
Thanks for watching.
Joining us on this bumpy car ride.
No joke. Carl's the best cameraman ever.
Yeah, wait till you watch it.
Thanks, guys.